program, and it is for the project Understanding Your Leadership Style. The title is Voices of the American Dream. Robert?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. You are the painter of your own life. Don't give your paintbrush to anyone else. This advice comes from Zaki Anwari, an 18-year-old soccer player from Afghanistan who dreamed about making it to America. Why do so many people risk their lives to pursue the American dream? There are many reasons. My own father, who was born many, many years ago in Ireland, remembered stories of the Irish potato famine. And my mother's mother was born in a dirt-poor town in southern Italy. Both of their families sought freedom and opportunity, so they came here. For me, living in New York City, I met hundreds of diverse people from all over the world who enriched my life. Some of them were unforgettable, such as my British best friend, Graham, or the Brazilian woman named Elizabeth, who I almost married, to the Mexican woman who I did marry, but that didn't work out. Wrong choice. But throughout all this, I observed a common thread. Many immigrants tend to cluster in familiar areas like Chinatown, Spanish Harlem, Little Italy, and they find comfort in using their own language and customs, but they potentially miss out on the core American values. They often merge with the collective and give up their own individuality. In other words, they give their paintbrush to someone else. This could limit their personal and economic growth despite holding green cards or becoming citizens. Now, let's face it, studying the US Constitution while binge watching Netflix or watching football games is not the best use of your time. I know I've tried it. However, engaging in US founding documents and learning about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness can be made as appealing as popular entertainment, and it's much more profound. And that's where the Voices of the American Dream program enters. This comprehensive project has a simple three-step process. Number one, storytelling development. Number two, cultural workshops. And number three, networking opportunities. For example, Jose from Venezuela told me once, Robert, I was offered $1.5 million to embezzle money for the Venezuelan government. And when I said no, they tortured me. Fortunately, I was able to escape and I'm now pursuing the American dream. Or Feng Shou from China, who back in 1989 stood 20 feet from the tanks at Tiananmen Square. I recently told him, when you appear before Congress, hold up that bloody towel that you discovered back then and let people know China's history that they're trying to erase. I helped each of these individuals tell their stories more effectively. But my personal favorite is Jeffrey Baldwin, who walked literally from Guatemala to the United States. And after he saw my presentation on Frederick Douglass becoming the North Star of your own life, Jeffrey came up to me and said, Robert, you changed my life. Now I have to learn the importance of freedom so that I can pursue the American dream. He rose up in the ranks and is now executive director for the Libre Institute. So these people took their own paintbrush and painted their own stories by going through my program. Let's describe the program. It is an eight weeks long, broken down into three sections. So the first is 3 weeks on storytelling development. Tatiana from Ukraine went from being voiceless to now knowing how to introduce characters heighten the conflict, and show the change in her stories. And she tells audiences that Thanksgiving is the entrepreneur's holiday because it celebrates abundance and productivity. Then we spent 3 weeks on cultural workshops. This past 4th of July, I had 15 Chinese leaders reading the American Declaration of Independence. And then they turned this historical document into a vibrant and personal dialogue. And the key point here is that everybody speaks English. And I make it simple for them by using pathos. I say, your English is much better than my Spanish or Portuguese or Mandarin, unless you're British. And in that case, my English is better than yours. It's called an elevator, not a lift. And then we spend 2 weeks on networking opportunities. Amanda from Brazil and Ogo Chiku from Kenya, they're stepping up, sharing their stories and making connections, taking charge of their lives. Imagine Benaiah from Israel, who used to fear public speaking. Now he's captivating audiences with his story. So this transformation from isolation to empowerment is what we aim for. The Voice of American Dream project is not a curriculum. It's a gateway for people to actively participate in the American story. It's about making sure every voice is heard and valued, every story enriches our community, and every dream realized. If you know someone who could benefit from this program, reach out to them and let them know about it. So let's paint a vibrant picture of the American dream where everyone gets to paint their own lives. Thank you.